Shadows of doubt. Maya's breath hitched. The alley was dark, the smell of damp concrete heavy in the air. Streetlights flickered, casting elongated shadows that danced with each gust of wind. Was that a figure lurking in the distance, or just a trick of the light? Her heart pounded against her ribs, a frantic drum in the silence. This alley, a shortcut she used daily, now felt alien, menacing. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. The unease had started subtly. A missed phone call, a stranger's glance, a news report about a break-in. Now these seemingly insignificant events swirled in Maya's mind, coalescing into a growing sense of dread. Her grip tightened on her keys, the sharp edges digging into her palm, a small act of defiance against the fear threatening to engulf her. Her therapist's words echoed in her mind. Trauma changes how we perceive the world. Maya had brushed it off then, a defense mechanism to protect herself from the rawness of her past. Now she wasn't so sure. Had her past trauma seeped into the present, twisting her reality into a distorted reflection of what was truly there? Reaching the end of the alley, she stepped onto the bustling street, the cacophony of city life washing over her. Yet the feeling of unease lingered, a phantom limb refusing to be ignored. The line between fear and intuition blurred, leaving Maya questioning her own sanity. Was she overreacting, or was her body trying to warn her of a danger she couldn't yet comprehend? The mind's eye clouded. Trauma, like a virus, infects the mind. It embeds itself deep within the neural pathways, leaving its mark on the very fabric of our being. Memories, once clear and sharp, become fragmented, distorted. The past bleeds into the present, a haunting reminder of vulnerability and pain. For Maya, the trauma manifested as a constant state of hypervigilance. Every creak in the floorboard, every unexpected noise, sent her spiraling into a vortex of fear. Sleep offered no respite, haunted by nightmares that mirrored the fragmented memories she desperately tried to repress. The rational part of her mind knew these were echoes of the past, not imminent threats, yet the fear felt terrifyingly real. The body, forever marked by the trauma, couldn't distinguish between past and present, responding with a surge of adrenaline, a primal instinct to flee from danger. This constant state of fight or flight took its toll. Maya felt exhausted, drained, yet unable to find peace. The world, once a place of wonder and possibility, now felt like a minefield of potential threats. The twisted tapestry of trauma. Trauma's impact on memory is complex, a cruel paradox. Some memories are seared into the mind, vivid and relentless, while others remain shrouded in a frustrating fog. For Maya, the most disturbing aspect of her trauma was the fragmented nature of her memories. She had flashes of that night, vivid snapshots of terror and confusion, but the chronology of events remained elusive. The gaps in her memory, like missing puzzle pieces, tormented her. Had she fought back? Had she screamed for help? These unanswered questions haunted her, fueling the guilt and shame that often accompany trauma. Was it her fault? Could she have done something differently? The self-blame became a vicious cycle, reinforcing the trauma and hindering her ability to heal. Adding to the complexity was the unexpected intrusion of pleasure into her traumatic memories. The warmth of a hand on her arm, a fleeting moment of comfort amidst the chaos, left her feeling confused and ashamed. How could she associate any form of pleasure with such a horrific experience? One of the most insidious aspects of trauma is the tendency for survivors to doubt their own experiences. The fragmented memories, the emotional turmoil, the irrational fears, all contribute to a sense of disbelief, both internal and external. Maybe I'm exaggerating, Maya often thought, her voice laced with self-doubt. Maybe it wasn't that bad. This internalized skepticism, a product of the trauma itself, prevented her from seeking help, from acknowledging the depth of her pain. The lack of understanding from others further compounded her suffering. Well-meaning friends and family, struggling to comprehend the invisible wounds of trauma, offered platitudes that felt dismissive and hurtful. Just move on, they'd say, unaware that the past was not a place Maya could simply choose to leave behind. This lack of validation is a common experience for trauma survivors. The invisible nature of their wounds makes it difficult for others to understand the profound impact on their lives. The onus, then, falls on society to educate itself about the complexities of trauma, to create spaces where survivors feel safe to share their stories without judgment or shame. Healing from trauma is not a linear journey. It's a winding path, fraught with setbacks and breakthroughs, moments of despair and glimmers of hope. For Maya, the journey began with acknowledging the truth of her experience. Therapy provided a safe space for her to explore the fragmented memories, to piece together the shattered fragments of her past. It wasn't easy. Reliving those traumatic moments brought a resurgence of pain, a visceral reminder of her vulnerability. Yet, with each tear shed, each fear confronted, a glimmer of hope emerged. The therapist, a steady presence in the storm, helped Maya understand that her reactions were normal, a testament to her resilience, not a sign of weakness. Gradually, the shadows began to recede. The nightmares became less frequent, the hypervigilance less pronounced. She started to reclaim her life, to find joy in the simple things she had once taken for granted. Trauma may leave an indelible mark, but it doesn't have to define a person's life. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards healing and reclaiming one's life. Understanding the complexities of memory is crucial for trauma survivors. It's about recognizing that the mind, in its attempt to protect itself, can distort and fragment memories. It's about accepting that healing doesn't mean forgetting, but rather finding a way to integrate the trauma into the narrative of one's life. Maya's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope exists. With support, understanding, and professional help, it's possible to navigate the shadows of trauma and emerge into the light, stronger and more resilient than before.